Hi, welcome to conference number 3. Today we're going to talk about astral projection. So in astral projection, this is a very interesting topic. The objective of this topic is for us to have clear exactly what is astral projection, what ways can we do it, how's the practice, what are the symptoms, and to take out all of the taboos that are around this topic. So, if you ever have awakening a dream, for example, that you just know that it's a dream. You don't know how to explain it, but you're there and you know that you're dreaming, but maybe you just can't control it. You keep on being there. I mean, you just can't turn right or left or say, I want to walk that way. You just keep on, but still you know that you're in the world of the dreams. So there you have lived an astral projection. If you ever had a surgery, or you had heard about people who have had a surgery and they said, that they were able to see all the surgery, that probably even at a time they thought they were dead, probably. Okay. If you have ever went to bed and all of a sudden you have seen your own body laying there, then you have had an astral projection. If you have had a dream where you see grandpa or a person who died, but that person is always there with you and they give you messages and advice, and you're like, but why, if that person is already dead? Well, that's because you're in an astral projection. Okay, so there it's the world of the people who are dead and the people who are alive. So we mustn't be scared. That's why we see them. Okay, that's why they're there with us. So it's totally natural. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, don't be scared about it. This is something very normal. Every time any person goes to bed, or they take a little nap, even if you're in the bus and you just fall asleep for 3 minutes, anytime that this physical body goes to bed, it's going to come out that astral body. Okay, so this is something that happens to all human beings and to animals too. Okay, so it's just something very normal. There's nothing to be scared of. There are many taboos about the topic. Actually, people for example, think that maybe they're going to die during that travel. So, ask yourself, how many news have you seen where they say that the person died because of an astral projection? That the person didn't return because they were unfolding and they never came back? I mean, we never hear this news because it's just not true, It's just that people talk a lot and they like, but that's how it is, okay? But nothing is going to happen. Every person is connected to their own body. Let me show you the image. Through the silver cord. Okay, as you can see it there, that's the silver cord. That silver cord stretches. Okay, anywhere. It will never break. Okay, that's what keeps every astral body with the physical body together. So there is no way that you're not going to return. There is no way that another spirit is going to come into your body, because that's why we all have this astral this silver cord, okay? Because that's how body works, okay? And it's just beautiful. So what does astral projection consist about? It's about taking out that astral double body consciously, okay? Because wouldn't it be great if we could do this consciously? I mean, and stop having those strange dreams where my dreams, or oh my god, I saw my body. But how about if we do this practice consciously? And to do this consciously, actually, it's very easy. And we also need to have a clear objective. What am I going to do this for? Okay? Have your objective clear. What can you do in this astral plane? It's the most wonderful thing, because here you could travel through time. Okay, you could go back many years ago, actually existences before, and you can understand this life better because of that. Okay, so you could travel to time and you can say, you know, I don't understand why this happens to me. I want to see if this happened in another life, if this is a karma, and you will appear in that time and you're going to understand what caused it, and you're going to understand your life much better. Also, you can travel to the future. So let's say that right now you have an opportunity, you know, to travel, and maybe they're offering you a really good job, but you don't know if to take it or not. Okay, so in this unfoldment, you could make that question, you know, I want to know what will happen if I decide to travel and do this. And you will be able to see what's going to happen. Okay, there you make the best decisions ever. Okay, also you could travel to any part of the world. Okay, so you could take vacations for free. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay, and an hour over there, it's like 5 minutes here, so you could take like a really long, and it's just wonderful. When you return, you just Google it in Google Earth, and you're going to be so amazed, because suppose that it's a country where you have never been, right? But you know the name of that exact place, and you look at it in Google Earth, and you're going to be so surprised to see, like, wow, you know, it's just the same way you saw it. Okay, so that is just wonderful. Okay, so here we're open to all possibilities. If you want to travel to another planet, that's why this is called astral, because it belongs to our whole universe, okay? To all this Milky Way. So you can travel to any planet you want. If you're wondering if the planet is flat or not, this is the best way to know it by yourself. If you want to go deep inside the sea, okay, and know what's really there deep inside, well, you can do this here, okay? If you don't know what to do in life, okay, maybe you're having a really hard time and you don't know what decision to make, you can ask your being, your conscious, to communicate with you in that astral projection, and it's going to give you the best answer. Okay, so guys, this is one of the best tools that we have. If you have a pet and you want to talk to the being of that pet, you can do it in this plane, which is called the fifth plane. Okay, so here you could do it. That astral double, it's of a molecular body. Okay, how dense it is, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that means that it stretches. Okay, and it's really light, so that's why you can float, that's why you can fly. So a thing that you can do during the day is to start pulling your fingers. I mean, get that habit to be pulling your fingers, because at night we repeat what we do during the day. Okay, so if you're in the world of the dreams and maybe you're just there, not even knowing that you're dreaming, but you start pulling your fingers because that's what you do during the day, then you're going to see that all of a sudden that finger's going to stretch, and that's going to make a conscious choke, and that's going to make you know that, oh my god, I'm in the world of the dreams, I'm in the fifth dimension. Okay, and there, as soon as you find out that you're in that dimension, then just concentrating your heart, remember your objective, and you're going to appear wherever you want it. Okay, or be jumping. I mean, maybe you don't want to be jumping around in the street, but if you go in a bathroom, jump. Once you get into your room, jump. We repeat this the same at night again, like I told you. So if I'm in the world of the dreams and I jump, that's going to make me float. So there I'm going to know, like, I'm in that dimension. Okay, so those are little tips that you could do for order for you to know, like, in what dimension am I in. Okay, let's see the next one. Different ways that we can do this practice. We can do this practice by Sorry, guys. We can do this practice by concentration. Okay, that's pretty easy. Just concentrate. What am I going to concentrate in? So you're there lying in bed. You can concentrate in your heartbeat. Just try to listen to your heart. Okay? Or concentrating your breathing and just be there and see how you start breathing, how that breath starts getting slower. Okay? If you snore, you're just going to notice that you start snoring, but you're awake. So the body is the one that fell asleep, but you're awake. So just stand up. Like if you were going to go to the bathroom, I mean, don't start thinking, should I lean with this hand or that one? Should I put the right foot first or the left one? Just like if you were going to go to the bathroom, I mean, you don't think about it, just get up. Okay, and you're going to see. Get up and turn around and you're going to see your body right there. Okay. With imagination. Okay, with imagination means just, let's say you want to visit Egypt. Okay, and you say, well, in this unfoldment, my objective is to visit Egypt. So I'm going to visualize Egypt and I'm going to see the pyramids. So I'm there seeing like two pyramids and there's a lot of sand and it's really, really hot. And I am sitting right between those two pyramids. So I just keep visualizing and you're going to see how all of a sudden you're just going to appear there. Okay, so that's how it works by imagination. Okay, sleep visual. Very easy. Just lie there and see how your body falls asleep. Like I was telling you when you're breathing that you notice that you start snoring. Well, it's just to be there, lying there consciously, like when we're going to meditate, you know, just don't identify yourself with any thought. Just let it be and just be there and start seeing how the breathing process changes. Start seeing maybe how you start getting a little anxious. Start seeing how symptoms start appearing. And all of a sudden, you're just going to float. Okay? Practice the ongoing death. Okay. If it's the first time you're here, then you haven't heard about the ongoing death, but it's pretty easy. It's about killing our ways of being, our thoughts. Okay? Why? Because they're not part of us. They make us do things that we don't even want to do. Okay? They make us say things that we don't want to say, and then we feel guilt and we're like, my God, but why did I do? But why is it with, what is it with me? And again, so I start observing myself all the time. So I'm there observing myself, and there comes a thought that tells me, oh, how boring. Do it tomorrow. Okay, so it's a lazy way of being. So I ask my Divine Mother to kill that lazy eye. Okay, then all of a sudden a thought comes and tells me, remember that tomorrow you have to pay the gas. But why am I thinking of that in this moment? So I tell my Divine Mother, you know, I plead to her to please kill me this thought, okay, that is there making me suffer for paying something when I have more than 12 hours to do this. Okay, so that's the sleeping vigil. You know, just don't identify yourself with the thought, recognize it. It could be a thought, an emotion, anything that comes to your mind. Okay, so whatever it is, you recognize it. Okay, and you ask your Divine Mother to eliminate it, and that's what that sleep vigil is about. Well, actually, ongoing death. By chanting mantras. Mantras are powerful words that they're going to make your body vibrate in order to make this astral travel easier. Okay, so we are energy, and these mantras just make this work faster for us. Okay, which mantras can we do? Let's see. Mantras. Okay, so the first one has a very definite position that you have to remember. Okay, so you're lying there, but your knees are going to be up, like They're like this. Okay, they're making a triangle. Just make a triangle with your legs. Okay, have your knees up, but not like this, you're just making a triangle with your feet, with your legs like this. Okay, so we're there making that triangle, and obviously we're lying down. Our palms are going to be up right next to our body. Okay, and here, right between our eyebrows, you're going to imagine that there's a pyramid right here. Okay? And we say the mantra. Fa That's how you pronounce it. Okay? The next one that we have is la ras. Okay, you pronounce it la ras. While we're doing this, just visualize that you have a dot between the eyebrows too, and just pay attention to this place, and that's it. Okay, don't worry about your body, however you feel comfortable. Okay, you could do this practice even sitting down. Okay, or if you want to be lying down, which I love it, but it's up to each person. Okay, then we have the mantra O. With the O, you're going to concentrate in your heart, and you're going to say it in a way that it's going to be rocking you, okay, like putting you asleep. So you pronounce it O, O, okay, like if it were putting you asleep. The other one is Om, and the same thing, just concentrating your heart, and that's how that mantra goes. The last one is with the R. So pronounce the R like a cat, and just set your attention on your throat to hear the vibration. Okay? And we pronounce it just like a cat, and just feel your vibration here. Okay? So any of the mantras that you pick, just remember, just choose one. Okay? It's only one mantra that you're going to do. That mantra, try to do it for 2 weeks. Okay, give it a chance, because sometimes, today you do the O and you say, oh, that one didn't work, so tomorrow you're going to do the R, and you say, well, kind of, sort of, well, I think I like that Faraón better, so I'm going to do that one. The thing is that you have to give your body time to get used to it. Okay, to start feeling it. Sometimes we feel better with a certain mantra. Okay, so we start trying different ones. Okay, so at least 1 week for each one. Okay, and there you find which one you feel more comfortable with. Now let's see the symptoms. That's good. The symptoms is different ways that we could feel that we are there in this having this astral projection. Okay, how do we know that we're close to it? So for example, if you could feel like you were a balloon, and you're going to feel like they were blowing, and your body starts inflating. Okay, so that's one of the symptoms. Okay, you can also feel that all of a sudden is that you float. Okay, like if you were a balloon. You could feel like they were rocking you, like you were a baby. Okay, so you feel that slowly the body starts moving, and you're there feeling those symptoms, so just keep there paying attention to that symptoms. Okay, you can also feel that all of a sudden one hand goes up, then the other, then one foot, then the other foot, and just the body comes out. Okay, that's another way. Another one is like an electric current, like if you got a little electrocuted. Okay, so that's symptoms. You just feel it around all your body. Okay, remember, we're all different. Okay, so since we're all different, you're not going to feel all the symptoms, okay? You're going to feel like one or two of these symptoms. So it's okay if you say, but my God, I don't feel myself like I'm being rocked. It doesn't matter. Another way is that you could feel that you're spinning, 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 spinning really fast. So there you go, you have another symptom. Or you could also feel like there's a cricket at your ear and you could hear it, okay? So that's another symptom, okay? And another one is that since the brain continues like what it's doing, I'm sure it has happened to you that you're thinking about something before going to bed and then you dream about that thing that you were thinking about. Well, the same thing here. Since I'm consciously doing this practice and I just fall asleep all of a sudden, then what's going to happen? I'm going to wake up in a dream and I'm going to consciously know because my brain continues doing the same activity. So I'm going to consciously know that I'm in a dream. There I know that I woke up in that fifth dimension. Okay? Steps. How do we do this practice? This practice is very easy. The most important thing that I could suggest to you is to have your objective clear. Okay? Before doing this practice, have already in mind what are you going to do this practice for. Okay? Once you already have it in mind, be so sure about it, okay? Don't say, let me try to see if this happens or not. Well, let's try it. Well, I don't think it's going to happen, but anyways, let's go do it. I mean, no, you have to feel it, okay? And be so sure and say it with a lot of security in yourself. I'm going to unfold. Today, I'm going to Mars. Today I'm going to find out if this is the best thing for me. So feel very, very sure inside you that this is what you want. Okay? Actually, not what you want, that this is your goal and you're going to get it. So how do we begin? We begin with belly lean and the magic circle. This is a conjuration that we will see it soon. That is conference number 7. Actually, we'll see this in 3 weeks. And the belly lean is to clean the space of any negative energy. Okay, so it's a song and you sing it and these energies, they just go away. Okay, but they're like dust, they'll come back. So that's why we do the magic circle. We do the magic circle and this way they are out and they can't come back in because you close that space. Okay, we're going to ask our own Father and Divine Mother to be with us. Okay, they are our own spirit. Okay, so we ask our own conscience to be there with us, and in that moment, we tell it 3 times our objective. Okay, for example, I'm going to France. I'm going to France. I'm going to. And I tell my objective 3 times. Okay, then comes the relaxation. This part is very, very important, okay? It's really important for you to take every part and tell each little part of your body to relax, okay? You order it, relax and let go. So you can start always from down going up. So start with your feet. And for example, I visualize, so I set my attention on my right foot and I order my big toe, relax and let go. Next toe, relax and let go. Wait a little bit. Third toe, relax and let go. Fourth toe, relax and let go. Fifth toe, relax and let go. So little by little, pause, being very relaxed. We order each little part of the body to relax and let go until, so we'll do your feet, then your hands, then the trunk, then the head. Okay, and there we have done a complete physical body relaxation. Okay, then you're going to observe your breathing, and this is going to make you emotions and your fear and everything calm down. Maybe you're too anxious, so you observe your breathing. If you feel a lot of anxiety, then you ask your Divine Mother to kill that anxiety. If you feel afraid, you ask your Divine Mother, kill this emotion. And we order our mind also to relax. And don't identify yourself with any thought. Then we're going to remember the mantra that we chose. Okay, remember it's only one. And we're going to say it 5 times out loud. And then another 15, about 15 times mentally. Why about? Because if I'm counting, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. Okay, so just about 15 times, it doesn't matter. I mean, by the time you get to the mantras, I mean, sometimes you even get to the mantra part and you're already asleep or you're already unfolded. So don't worry about it, okay? When you're doing the mantras, you're going to start, you should be feeling the symptoms, okay? If you don't, then just continue with the mantras and don't worry about it, okay? Just continue, and you're going to start feeling the symptoms. Another good thing about this also is that if you're a type of person that you say, I don't remember my dreams a lot, when you start doing these kind of practices, you're going to see how you start recalling all of your dreams and you start dreaming more. And then you're going to consciously wake up in a dream too. Okay, so this is awesome. Really, it is. Every month, well, actually, every Saturday, I'm here doing practices in the morning. Okay, well, so in the morning we have practices, and once a month in between those practices we have astral projection. So if you look here at my other videos, you're going to see that I have 2 guided astral projection practices. So you could just play it and start listening to it and just lie down and everything is guided, okay? But I really do suggest that you do it by yourself, okay? Maybe at the beginning so you can get the steps and you see how it is. But the best thing that we can do actually is to learn to do it in our own, okay? Because we're not always going to have something to listen to it, and we cannot become dependent of someone else. Okay, we have to learn to do it by ourselves. So guys, if you have any questions, just leave it there in the comments, and of course I will answer you. And invite you also to search for my videos on YouTube. You look for me, Knowledge of Oneself Francie, and you can see my different videos too. Guys, thank you very much. Remember that these conferences are always every Sunday, okay? Sunday mornings we have the practices, guided practices as meditation, astral travel, reflexive meditation, fund transferring for your dharma, a lot of different activities. And at night we have a different conference. So guys, thank you very much for being there.